Here are my top 3 best knee strengthening exercises, plus 3 alternatives you can use if you're having knee pain during exercise. Welcome back to LiveLeanTV. I'm Jessica Guthrow, and today I'm going to walk you through my top 3 go-to knee strengthening exercises that I use for anyone who's struggling with weak knees or injured knees or rehabbing their knees, or just having knee issues in general. These are my top 3 things that I put my clients through and see great results from. Let's start with the leg extension. So you're gonna need a chair for this. You're gonna sit down and then basically just straighten one leg carefully, go all the way to flex, and then lower it with control. And continue reps on one side at a time until you reach fatigue in the muscles in your quad and all around your knee. There's no particular rep number that's right for everyone. It depends on the user and the strength of your knees, and you may feel there's a difference between the two sides. So just kind of go until you feel that fatigue, push a little past it, and then rest. You definitely don't want to overstress your knees, but you do need to work them a little bit past that point of fatigue. So for some of you, 5 reps is gonna feel like a challenge. For others, you're gonna need maybe upwards of 20 or 30 reps per side. When you feel confident and comfortable with this, you can try doing it with both legs at the same time. So I recommend holding onto the sides of the chair as you extend both legs, straighten them, and then slowly lower to the ground, and repeat that for reps. As your knees get stronger and you can handle more challenge, you can try adding a loop resistance band to one leg of the chair like this and loop your foot through it, and then you can do resisted extensions that way. And the thicker and stronger the band, the harder this will be, so you can continuously increase the challenge and help your knees get even stronger. Next up is the single leg squat. And I know you may be thinking like you can't do squats because every type of squat hurts your knees, but squats truly are going to make your knees stronger. So start with a small range of motion, even if it's just an inch or 2 inches down, just a little bit of bend, and then work on really fully straightening at the top. And as you control your body through those motions, the down and the up, your knees are gonna start to get stronger. So just work with a tiny baby range of motion if necessary, but don't avoid this exercise, because if you continuously avoid squats all your life, they're always gonna stay impossible and painful. So you kind of have to face that demon head on and start with little baby steps and work your way up to doing full depth squats. I recommend you do it with a chair right next to you so you can hold onto the back of that chair, and then if you do, feel weak in the knees, you use your arm to push yourself back up and give yourself a little bit of assistance. But keep working on it, because you'll be surprised your knees are gonna get a whole lot stronger if you continue working on it. Okay, third up is the step up. And I know this is a problematic one for so many, so I recommend starting with just a yoga block as your step. So it's only a few inches off the ground. It's a very limited range of motion, and you can start working on creating that knee strength that controls the descent. Now, the descent is the most important thing. We call it the eccentric, and that's where you really build the most strength. So it's not just about getting up to the top, it's also about controlling your way to the bottom. So even as you work up to higher heights, when you're going up, get to the top, straighten fully, and then really slow your way down and make sure that your knee is nice and controlled the whole time. It's not going in towards your midline, not out towards the outside, but just straight tracking towards your toes as you lower all the way down to the ground. So instead of thinking of these as step ups like most people do, and maybe you have done in the past, and just working only on the up part and then falling backwards, I want you to think of them as lower downs. Really, really work that eccentric, and I know that's gonna make a big difference in your knee strength. Okay, so let's talk alternatives. Let's say you just don't want to do any knee bending exercises and you really insist on still getting a great workout without bending your knees. Here's what you can do. Here are 3 hip hinge glute dominant exercises that anyone can do and you don't bend your knees. So the first one is a stiff leg deadlift. So you stand with your feet about shoulder width apart and you hinge only at the hips. So keeping your knees straight the entire time, just bend your hips, keep your back super straight, and reach down to touch your toes, and then come up by pressing your hips forward. And of course, to make this one harder, add weights in your hands or a barbell behind your back, or there's so many different ways that you can increase the difficulty of stiff-legged deadlifts, but they are a great go-to exercise to work your glutes without bending your knees. Number 2 is the single leg toe touch. So very similar to the stiff-legged deadlift, but now you're just on one leg, and to further support your balance, you can keep your toes of the other leg on the ground as you work on that single leg toe touch, Or to increase the challenge, you can float your leg up behind you, which is also going to engage your glutes more. It really challenges your balance, which is great for strengthening your knees. And the third one is rear leg lifts. So I'm doing these on a chair here. You can see I'm lining up my hips with the edge of the chair, fingertips on the ground. Keep the legs super stiff and just lift up until your body is parallel with the ground, and then control the way down, tap your toes to the floor and lift up again. Another excellent way to strengthen your entire lower body without any pressure on the knees. You can also use a Swiss ball under your hips, or you can use a rolled up towel or like a foam roller under your hips. There's a lot of different ways to do this, even just flat on the floor, and you'll just get a 1 inch lift off the ground. Is still a great exercise. All right, so I hope those knee strengthening ideas really helped you with something to do to strengthen your knees and really help all of your workouts go a lot smoother, because healthy, strong knees are such an important part of living lean forever, because we use our knees for so many things, and if they are healthy and strong, it's going to help every aspect of your workout. So definitely take care of your knees, do everything you can to protect them, strengthen them, and keep them healthy for your entire life. So drop me a comment in the section down below to let me know which of these knee strengtheners was your favorite, and if you tried them all, or if you prefer doing the alternative exercises. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new today. I really appreciate that. If you're looking for the best program to work out at home, we have several amazing ones, but I highly recommend my brand new Tone at Home program, because it uses zero equipment, all body weight only, and focuses on strengthening and toning your entire body, and gives you high intensity cardio to torch stubborn fat off your body. People are loving these workouts so far. They're so easy to follow because everything is follow along videos with me here in my home workout space. So if you want to train with me, then link is down below. I can be your workout buddy and we can do it all together. So I'll see you at the next video. Thanks for watching, and keep living lean.